I sing you a ditty of a damsel so pretty, who lived from the city some 17 miles. Her name was Maria, her worthy old sire was clerk and town crier. His name was John Stiles, with lips like the cherry, her smile too so merry. I thought her the very one suited to please, and when I first met her and tried hard to get her, for worse or for better, she was shelling green peas. I stepped up unto her, commencing to woo her. I said that no truer fond heart could be found than mine, if she'd take me some morning and make me the happiest mortal for 20 miles round. I said our life might be one round of delight, like the little birds singing upon the green trees, to a whisper then dropping my voice without stopping. The question was popping as she popped the peas. Under the trees, a ball on her knees, Maria sat silently shelling green peas. No answer she made, and I was much afraid that the beautiful maid had not heard all I said. And at her feet kneeling, I tried to be stealing a kiss, when came reeling her hand on my head. Do you think I'd engage, she cried out in a rage, with a man twice my age? So clear out, if you please. In a terrible passion, she sent me crashing, while on my head smashing that bowl of green peas. Under the trees, a ball on her knees, Maria sat silently shelling green peas. Under the trees, a ball on her knees, Maria sat silently shelling green peas. Maria sat silently shelling green peas. Down by the sea lived a lonesome oyster, every day getting sadder and moister. He found his home life awfully wet, and longed to travel with the upper set. Poor little oyster. Fate was kind to that oyster, we know, when one day the chef at the park casino saw that oyster lying there and said, I'll put you on my bill of fare. Lucky little oyster. See him on his silver platter, watching the queens of fashion chatter, hearing the wives of millionaires discuss their marriages and their love affairs. Thrilled little oyster. See that bivalve social climber feeding the rich Mrs. Horgenheimer. Think of his joy as he gaily glides down to the middle of her gilded insides. Proud little oyster. After lunch, Mrs. H complains and says to her hostess, I've got such pains. I came to town on my yacht today, but I think I'd better hurry back to Oyster Bay. Scared little Oyster. Off they go through the troubled tide, their yacht rolling madly from side to side. They tossed about till that poor young Oyster finds that it's time he should quit his cloister. Up comes the Oyster. Back once more where he started from, he murmured, I haven't a single qualm, for I've had a taste of society, and society has had a taste of me. Wise little Oyster. Once in the window of a ham and beef shop, two little sausages sat. One was a lady and the other was a gentleman. Sausages are like that. He fell a victim to her simple charm, and her form he would have embraced. But a sausage, you see, never has any arms, and the lady hasn't got any waist. What a pair of happy little sausages, theirs was a very pleasant fate. So they snuggled up together in the chilly winter weather, both on the same cold plate. Well, it wasn't such a very cold plate. One sad day those sausages quarreled, ended was all their joy. The reason was, she said, she caught him winking at a saucy little saveloy. Pooh, my dear, said the gentleman sausage, you may think I'm a flirt, well I am, but I've seen you sitting on the same bit of parsley as that wicked old knuckle of ham. What a pair of silly little sausages, theirs was a very bitter pill, for they very quickly parted, and it left her broken-hearted, while he joined a bad mixed grill. Yes, it really was a very mixed grill. Long years after, on a luncheon counter, those little sausages met. She was engaged to the wing of a chicken, but he hadn't got off yet. Soon they were reconciled, and then, of course, she consented to name the day. So the barmaid dressed her in a tissue paper frill, and the waiter gave her away. What a pair of jolly little sausages, nothing their happiness can dash. And on any day you'd meet 'em, for there's no one wants to eat 'em. He calls her his own sweet mash, so you see that they are sausage and mash. So you see that they are sausage and mash. The chief defect of Henry King was chewing little bits of string. At last he swallowed some, which tied itself in ugly knots inside. physicians of the utmost fame were called at once, but when they came, they answered as they took their fee. There is no cure for this disease. Henry will very soon be dead. His parents stood about his bed, lamenting his untimely death. When Henry with his latest breath cried, "Oh, my friends, be warned by me that breakfast, dinner, lunch, and tea are all the human frame requires." With that, the wretched child expires. My brother Sam, who lives up in Battersea, once I was invited there to go and take a cup of tea. By the river I did go, just to have a blow, and there I met a lovely girl down in Pimlico. And she let me know that her mother kept a coffee shop down in Pimlico. She let me know, hi-ho, my lovely girl down in Pimlico. I offered her my arm, she took it saying, "Thank you, sir." For quite some time I could not speak, but kept on looking hard at her, until I'm sure that you must know we had left Pimlico and were going through St. James's Park to Dean Street, Soho. And she let me know that her mother kept a coffee shop down in Pimlico. She let me know, hi-ho, my lovely girl down in Pimlico. The park was rather dull, so I thought I'd have a bit of fun. I gently pressed her arm, and with these words I thus begun: "Pray, miss, if I go with you to Soho, will you take me to your coffee shop down in Pimlico?" And she let me know that her mother kept a coffee shop down in Pimlico. She let me know, hi-ho, my lovely girl down in Pimlico. The answer you may guess when I tell you I went to the shop. Introduced to mother by the daughter, I was asked to stop to take a cup of tea or coffee, best mocha chocolate or what I liked, so I preferred cocoa. And she let me know that her mother kept a coffee shop down in Pimlico. She let me know, hi-ho, my lovely girl down in Pimlico. Early in the morning of a lovely summer day, as they lowered the bright awning at the outdoor cafe. I was breakfasting on croissant and café au lait, under greenery like scenery, Rue François Premier. They were hosing the hot pavement with a dash of flashing spray, and a smell of summer showers when the dust is drenched away, under greenery like scenery, Rue François Premier. I was 20 and a lover, and in paradise to stay, very early in the morning of a lovely summer day. On a summer afternoon, where the honeysuckles bloom, when all nature seemed at rest, 'neath a little rustic bar, mid the perfume of the flower, a maiden sat with one she loved the best. As they sang the songs of love, from the arbor just above came a bee which lit upon the vine. As it sipped the honeydew, they both vowed they would be true. Then he whispered to her words she thought divine. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. I'd like to sip the honey sweet from those red lips you see. I love you dearly, dearly, and I want you to love me. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. So beneath that sky so blue, these two lovers fond and true, with their hearts so filled with bliss, as they sat there side by side, he asked her to be his bride. She answered, yes, and sealed it with a kiss. For her heart had yielded soon 'neath the honeysuckle's bloom, and through life they'd wander day by day, as he vowed, just like the bee, I will build a home for thee. And the bee then seemed to answer them and say, you are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. I'd like to sip the honey sweet from those red lips you see. I love you dearly, dearly, and I want you to love me. You are my honeysuckle, I am the bee. Ladies, the minutes will soon be read today. The garden club and weaving class, I'm sure, have much to say, but next week is our culture night, our biggest, best event, and I've just made a dish for it you'll all find heaven sent. It's my lime, jello, marshmallow, cottage cheese surprise, with slices of pimiento, you won't believe your eyes, all topped with a pineapple ring and a dash of mayonnaise. My vanilla wafers round the edge will win your highest praise. And Mrs. Jones is making scones that are filled with peanut mousse, to be followed by a chicken mold that's made in the shape of a goose. For ladies who must watch those pounds, we've found a special dish, strawberry ice enshrined in rice with bits of tuna fish, and my lime, jello, marshmallow, cottage cheese surprise. Truly a creation that description defies. Will go so well with Mrs. Bell's creation of the week, shrimp salad topped with chocolate sauce and garnished with a leek. And Mrs. Perkins' walnut loaf that's crowned with melted cheese was such a hit last culture night, we asked no seconds please. Now you must try her hot dog pie with candied mushroom slices. Those ladies who resigned last year just don't know what nice is. But my lime, jello, marshmallow, cottage cheese surprise, I did not steal that recipe, it's lies, I tell you, lies! Our grand award, a picture hat and a salmon sequined gown for any girl who tries each dish and keeps a whole lunch down. I'm sure you all are waiting for our biggest news, dessert. We've thought of things in molds and rings your diet to subvert. You must try our chocolate layer cake on a peanut brittle base with slices of banana that make a funny face. Around the edges, peppermints just swimming in peach custard, and lovely little curlicues of lovely yellow mustard. If all this is too much for you, permit me to advise more lime, jello, marshmallow, cottage cheese surprise. I made heaps. The oriole with joy was sweetly singing. The little brook was babbling its tune. The village bells at home were gaily ringing. The world seemed brighter than a harvest moon. For there within my arms I gently pressed you, and blushing red you slowly turned away. I can't forget the way I once caressed you. I only pray we'll meet another day. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the voice of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me, I could hear the dull buzz of the bee in the blossoms as you said to me. With a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you in the shade of the old apple tree. I've really come a long way from the city, and though my heart is breaking, I'll be brave. I've brought this bunch of flowers, I think they're pretty, to place upon a freshly molded grave. If you will show me, Father, where where she's lying, or if it's thought just pointed out to me. Said he, she told us all when she was dying, to bury her beneath the apple tree. In the shade of the old apple tree, where the love in your eyes I could see, when the voice that I heard, like the voice of a bird, seemed to whisper sweet music to me, I could hear the dull buzz of the bee in the blossoms as you said to me, with a heart that is true, I'll be waiting for you. In the shade of the old apple tree. Fill the glass with golden wine, and the while your lips are wet, set their perfume unto mine, and forget every kiss we take and give leaves us less of life to live. Yet again your whim and mine in the happy while have met. All your sweets to me resign, nor regret that we press with every breath, sighed or singing, near a death. Fill the glass with golden wine, and the while your lips are wet, set their perfume unto mine, and forget every kiss we take and give leaves us less of life to live. Your Molly has never been false, she declares, since last time we parted at Wapping Oyster, when I swore that I still would continue the same, and gave you the bacco box, gave you the bacco box, gave you the bacco box, marked with your name. When I passed a whole fortnight between decks with you, did I e'er give a kiss, Tom, to one of the crew? To be useful and kind with my Thomas I stayed, for his trousers I washed, and his grog too I I made. Though you threatened last Sunday to walk in the mall with Susan from Deptford and likewise with Sal, in silence I stood your unkindness to hear and only upbraided my tongue, upbraided my tongue with a tear. Why should Sal or should Susan then be more prized? For a heart that is true, Tom, should ne'er be despised. Then be constant and kind, nor your Molly forsake. Still your trousers I'll wash, still your trousers I'll wash, and your